Well, that looks good. Are we waiting for anyone else?
Our cook is joining us.
Philip's father looks expectantly towards the kitchen door. Emily looks to her mother, who sits down with a satisfied look on her face. Then Philip walks around the corner.
Hello.
Sit down, my son. Our honored chef.
Don't overdo it, Dad.
Don't be so grumpy.
Dad, I told you not to mess with my hair.
We've cooked together a few times in the last few weeks, and you've tasted some of the results already. And today is his comeback. He's eating with us what he cooked for us.
Thank you for the food, Philip.
Thank you for the food.
Thank you for the food, honey.
Thank you, Bomsuk, for bringing me back to communal cooking. I hope you will enjoy it. Here's to a nice meal together.
Bumsuk, Dunby, and Rim, having just left the temple, stand in a small circle. The wind is blowing and Rim is shivering. Bumsuk steps closer to her and wraps her arm around her. They look at Dunby.
This is all bullshit.
You mean it's all true? Everything is going the way it should.
These people are no help, going on about being connected to something higher or whatever. But they can't see anything. And they imply we've watched too many fantasy movies, as if we're here to pull a prank or test them. Hello, what idiots.
But at least we're trying everything in our power. It's so cold.
Oh, come here, I'll warm you.
Me too. But what should we do next?
Emily sits on her bed in her room. With her, on the bed, 6 portraits of the Moxery band members. She thinks out loud.
So-young is too caring and interested in others. So probably not her. Rim would try to get information. So maybe. Who's next? Oh, it would be messy, for sure. A lot of things would be very strange, but maybe we'll add Yeha to the suspects. What about Minyu would definitely be clingy or need attention. Could it be Dunby? She would give herself away. What can she keep to herself anyway? But that's what we love about her.
At last, Emily's gaze falls on Pomsuk's photo. She bows her head and tries to think it through from a different perspective. Then she glances at Rim's and Cherwa's portraits again. The suspects. She takes the 2 and arranges them neatly with Pomsuk's in front of her. She continues pondering.
Meanwhile, Bumsuk is at home, using the empty space in the girl group's apartment.
Pomsuk? Pomsuk?
Minyu?
Can we talk for a minute?
Okay.
Don't. The other guy approached me the other day.
I'm sorry you're afraid of him, but
He apologized too.
Minyu looks at Bumsuk nervously. Her gaze fixes on the red sweater.
What did he apologize for? There's nothing he needs to apologize for.
You like the other one?
We're both in the same situation, and yet we both learn a lot from each other. Similarities and differences.
But he is in your body.
And I'm in his.
But
What was Philip apologizing for?
for scaring me, for taking you away from all of us.
This...
Isn't he? It's not his fault? Maybe it is. My point is more that he apologized. He feels sorry for us. He feels for us. He realizes what it means for us to be separated from you. Even though I still think it's all creepy, he seems like the right guy for something like this to happen. If it must happen. He seems like a good guy.
First this, then your wish to improve. Good, Philip. You're doing well. Really well.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Good.
Philip? Maybe I did have something to say after all.
Yes?
Do you have something against me?
Could you just not get too close to me? After all, we are strangers.
So Young looks at him thoughtfully. Philip isn't sure if So Young understood him or is just slow.
It seems a little overbearing at times. I know you're the leader and it's part of your job to take care of everyone, but...
That's not what I meant. Bumsuk is with us, so...
Philip looks at her feeling concerned, afraid of what she might say. He doesn't want to speak with So Young. He does not want to bear the kindness and the warmth that seeps into her words.
You don't care about me at all. You care about Bumsuk alone. You take care of her body and her path, so that when she comes back, her path is intact and everything can go on as before. You look ahead. Everything revolves around Bumsuk when you look at me.
Is that what you really think?
No, of course I don't mean it that way. I can see in your every action how important every person around you is to you. Not equally important, but everyone matters to you. That's really noticeable. I can feel that.
And we also feel that Bumsuk really likes you and that you're trying hard to make the best of the situation.
So Young smiles kindly at Philip. He steps back a little, but can't hide a smile of thankfulness.
Thank you.
I am so proud and happy of how you're doing.
Thank you. I just don't know if I really managed to do it.
Yummy. You're getting better. You're growing. Well done.
I think I need a break.
Okay, do you want me to?
It's alright. Just keep running. I'm going to go sit over there for a minute.
Okay, good.
How can I be out of breath without really being out of breath?
Philip watches Dunby jog around the platform. Then he leans back and closes his eyes. A shadow falls on him.
Dunby, you are really amazing to be so fast. Please give me a few more minutes, though. That my body can do so much more than my mind is exhausting in other ways.
It must not be easy to overcome that barrier on your head.
Cosmo?
Bomb Sook lets you overcome your limitations. She must really be quite special.
I've never had direct contact with her, so I don't actually know.
But you do know. You feel it. Whether it's the time you're on her body or when you return to yours, and she's done things again that make it easier for you. She supports you. Even it's not her directly. You feel that she is always with you.
So are you.
I must be quite special too, being here despite the language barrier.
You can't be here.
Because you're in South Korea?
Dunby comes running up to Philip. There's really only Bumsuk sitting there. He looks at Dunby, not even daring to look at Cosmo's beloved face.
Or because I'm no longer alive?
The whole family is in the living room. They all stand apart, facing one another.
Damn it, what the hell is wrong with you? It's been so long. Life goes on. Accept what happened. Your life goes on. If you need help finding your way again, see a therapist, but cut the bullshit.
What right do you have to talk to me like that? You have no idea what happened.
How could I if you don't talk to anyone? 2 years you've locked yourself in your room and done nothing.
Please calm down, honey. Healing takes time.
What healing? He's not even doing that. How is he going to heal if he puts his whole life on hold? And then all of a sudden there's this burst of activity and cooking for us, giving us hope? Well, Philip, that's not good enough.
But he is starting to heal.
Oh, and you're all on his side? Then I'm out of here.
She will calm down again.
How long are you going to keep the kid gloves on?
What?
You two are polar opposites. Mom has no patience and keeps bitching. And you act like you're trying to protect me.
Emily looks at her father. Philip's words have hurt him. He's not about to fight back. He would never do that.
Be glad that Dad is on your side. Otherwise, Mom would have thrown you out on the street long ago.
So what? Then I would be forced to act. But no. Instead, I've done nothing for 2 years.
On the street, you might have acted. But that wouldn't be living.
What he's doing now isn't living either.
And now that I'm finally finding my feet again, you start with this? Speeches about how I should do better. That I shouldn't ever do it. And at the same time, I'm too slow? What's wrong with this family?
I think no matter how much he has improved, he shouldn't be behind the driving wheel yet.
Emily looks at the car keys on the table. She shakes her head.
He was just getting something out of the car.
Really?
See, guys, I told you, I'm the best. Of course you're the best. Always.
Ah, I've lost again.
Always.
What? Not true.
So Young is the center of us all, keeping the balance between winning and losing.
That is not Boomsuk, the balance.
So Young is a place to rest and a calm center where we regain strength.
Guys.
I'm so lucky.
Regarding what?
Because I have you guys, I can get through anything. However crazy it is.
Aw, you're so cute. Too cute for us.
As he lets go of Mr. Otter and looks up at the ceiling, there are tears in his eyes. He turns and looks over to the desk, past the talisman, at the blurry pictures in front of him. Matteo and Cosmo sit leaning against a wall, watching Philip perform. The young man is moving to the rhythm of the music. After the song ends, he walks to his friends with bright eyes.
And you don't dance regularly anymore?
I'm studying now.
But this is your thing.
You should try and make more space for dancing in your life.
Touched, Philip looks at the two, but then looks away again with a sad expression.
Stop, I'm already crying from laughing.
It's been such a long time since we've been together like this.
Because of the other.
No, because we're all busy all the time.
Tambi?
We still call him that?
Yes? Maybe. No?
Philip is behind the wheel of a car, driving down a country road with two friends. It is dark, and the only light source in the area seems to be coming from the car. Even the sky is cloudy, and neither stars nor the moon can be seen. Cosmo sits in the center of the back seat, while Matteo has taken the passenger seat.
Imagine Cosmo marrying your sister someday. He'll be your brother-in-law.
Don't say that. We don't know if it's serious yet.
But you've liked her since she was little. And she'll be a senior after the summer. What difference does your little age difference make?
She is your beloved sister. And you will trust me with her?
Always.
Aww. Then I will have to make a confession. Sometimes I'm not sure who I love more, you or her.
I think that's exactly why he would leave her with you.
And trust. She makes her own decisions.
She also confessed something to me.
What? That she likes you?
No, that she sees me as a man and likes me that way.
Careful, dear!
As Philip peels himself from the steering wheel and turns to check on his friends, he sees Cosmo stuck in the windscreen. He looks at the back of Cosmo's head. Then he looks at the back seat, left empty. Matteo mirrors Philip's motions.
Are you alright? What's wrong with... What?
Don't come over here!
Why?
Stop! Philip! Don't go outside! Don't come here! Stop! 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 Don't look at him! Just call someone! Don't! Really! Don't do it to yourself!
But we have to help him, don't we?
We can't do that anymore. It's okay, Philip. Come here. Let me hold
Matteo
you.
hugs him.
I can hold you.
In the car's buckled side mirror, Philip sees the body of his friend, but he cannot see his face. His face is clearly visible in the photo. Cosmo is smiling, as always. It is his funeral. Philip stands staring at the picture on the mantelpiece.
Come on, Philip. We have to go now. Everyone else has already said goodbye. What about Amelie?
Philip seems to regain some semblance of awareness and looks at his mother with lifeless eyes. She points to the veranda in front of the house. He trots there and sees his sister sitting on the steps.
I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. Can you just sit down?
She lost the love of her life.
Philip wakes up but keeps his eyes closed, his heart aching so much that he fears the echo of it will resound in his voice.
What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
Jefa,
You're not Bumsuk. No future and no dreams? I don't think so. That was 2 years ago?
Pomsuk stands in the hallway. She looks at the closed doors, the empty hallway, and feels a coldness she hasn't felt before.
You?
What?
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you like that.
No problem. You were just surprised.
Wait. Come with me.
What? That's my room.
Emily pushes Philip onto his bed. She searches for the right words, and Pomsuk waits. Emily turns around and looks at the photos. She walks towards them. Her gaze remains fixed on Cosmo for a moment. But then she reaches for the picture of her brother with his funny costume and Emily by his side. She walks over to Pomsuk and sits down next to her. Out of reflex, Pomsuk backs away from her a little. Startled, Emily looks at her, but realizes she doesn't need an explanation.
Wait. Do you know about us?
Yes.
She looks up from the photo into Philip's face. Her hand strokes the picture frame.
I know him and his pain. And I've seen when he was free from it. It was because of you. Our family couldn't reach him.
What happened anyway? That
He's given up on everything.
What do you mean? Everything.
I was a student at the time. I quit that. It wasn't what I wanted anyway. But all of a sudden I had nothing. Nothing I wanted, nothing that I was passionate about anymore. Except for the pain.
Did you... Before that, I mean, before the crash...
Before, I only did what was expected of me. I had stopped being who I wanted to be long before. But the moment he was dead, I realized that I am really me, still alive. So why am I not living, but living the life that others want me to live?
And then you stopped doing that too?
JR continues to look at Philip calmly. She simply takes in what Philip tells her. She does not evaluate it. She just listens and tries to help Philip find his way through his thoughts.
Yes, then I slipped into the semblance of a life.
I don't know what it's like at your house, but here, when you're Bomsuk, you seem to have fun.
Yes. And this body always reminds me what it's like to live and do what you burn for.
You know what? I think it's kind of an answer to a question you must have asked yourself subconsciously back then, right?
Yes. Maybe.
Given up? Why?
Reasons. And now, for completely different reasons, he has started moving again.
Yeah. He just said that.
I couldn't help him find his way back at all.
She looks sadly at her empty hands. Emily puts Mr. Otter onto her lap and plays around with him. Pomsuk watches her as she does so.
You were going to help him get back on his feet?
I wanted us to come together to rediscover the beauty of life. But instead I found myself alone, and while I moved on, he stayed behind. I couldn't do anything for him, and he didn't need me either.
I know the accident was not my fault. In my head, I know that. But in my heart, there is so much pain. And that paralyzes me. How am I the one who lives on while Cosmo was the one with a future and dreams? I have nothing. Thank you, Jehua. Thank you for listening to me.
Sure. Always. Even if you're not Bumsuk. As long as you take her body, you belong to us. And if we stop the body swap thing, you just have to become a Nore and then you'll be in our hearts forever.
I have to become a Nore? So, as myself, I'm nothing to you guys?
He looks a little hurt. JR realizes that her choice of words was thoughtless and tries to correct herself.
No, I didn't mean it that way. That was
ironic, I know. I know you all well enough by now. And I don't think any of you would let someone you hold in your hearts just walk away.
But at some point, life goes on.
And then I will be a memory that you fondly remember.
He looks at JR with a look that is becoming more sad, but also fonder at the same time. And JR, too, beams brightly. She hugs Bumsuk.
I will always remember you. Just like you will always remember that boy who was meant for your sister.
Philip smiles as he understands that the thoughts of Cosmo hurt so much because they are full of warmth, except for the memory of his death. Before his inner eye, all the fond memories of Cosmo play out.
Emily's shoulders shake. She bites her lips, then turns to Pomsuk. Her pained expression slowly shifts to one of gratitude.
You know, Bumsuk, I'm so infinitely grateful. I'm so glad he made it through everything up to this point. You know, my brother didn't have it easy, but he survived it. And I'm infinitely grateful to you. Because you're here and he's there, because you have this influence on him. He is managing to find his way out of just existing and back to actually living.
Shouldn't you maybe let him know?
No, I don't want him to know that I know. If that's okay with you, please don't tell him.
If that's what you think?
He is just starting to open up again. I want him to do it at his own time, every step of the way. I myself will watch from the background and support him whenever he needs it.
Support. For me, he has been such a great support over the past week. He and his family.
We?
Yes. For me, growth is very important to be in flux. But Philip had to find his way first, and that was so hard for him. I've learned what it's like when you don't have a goal, and yet he still managed to get up again.
Because you always have your drive.
I didn't know how much of an exception this is. And he didn't have anything driving him on because of how his life went. He was thrown off course by life, and it took time to heal. Nevertheless, he's now back on course.
Philip?
Yes?
What are you doing outside? And why are you looking into the sky?
I'm just enjoying the fresh air. And the sun.
It suits you.
What? Thank you.
No thanks required.
Thank you for waiting for me. All right. I need to be off.
Wait, what? Where are you off to?
Just for this. I'll be back in a bit.
Philip walks off. He reaches a post box and throws in a letter with an otter sticker on top. He looks up at the sky and smiles at the sun again. It is a beautiful day. And then he walks on to take care of the thing that he actually meant to take care of, Emily. Emily is sitting on a park bench, enjoying her meal. Then she bows down to it.
Thank you, Bombshook, for this meal.
Enjoy your meal.
Oh, what's up with you?
What do you mean?
You are so... You seem like something good happened to you. You're looking better is what I mean. Happier.
Yeah, I guess I feel that way too.
Did you sleep well?
My sleep schedule is back under control. It's much more restful than I thought it would be.
Then you won't be running from us anymore?
What?
Wordplay. You know, because you started running again. Though, what was it you've been running from all this time?
I'm not sure what it was. But from now on, I want to change it. Can you cheer me on as I run?
As long as you run toward me once in a while too.
You're wearing red. Then why are you...
Not with us.
Do any of you know the last time I wore blue?
10 days ago.
Everyone looks at Rim. Bumsuk smiles as she realizes how meticulously Rim has been observing her.
I miss Philip, and also his life. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden...
You don't swap anymore?
Hey, don't knock me over.
Well, if that's so, then we don't have to look for a solution anymore.
Is everything okay with Philip then?
I'm pretty sure he's fine.
Yes, Nora is with him. She will stand by him, like she always does.
You spoke with his sister?
Bumsuk looks at Dunby, leaving her question unanswered. But Dunby understands.
Wait, she knew?
Not right away.
Are you okay?
Even though I'm sure he's fine, I'd like to hear it from him myself.
Guys, sorry. I've gotta go. There's something important I need to take care of.
Philip stands in front of a mirror in a dance studio. More so, he dances. He's dancing Pomsuk's choreography. He's already out of breath. Exhausted, he looks at the people around him. They still seem to have energy.
You have to work on your stamina.
And what about you?
Don't get me wrong, I think it's obvious that you have talent.
I wouldn't really call it a talent. I danced as a child. My body remembers so many ways to express itself. I just need to get my constitution back to the same level.
Then I think it's great that you found your way back.
I lost my way for a very long time. But thanks to a few others, I've regained my passion.
Bumsuk sits across from Rim, who's taking pictures of her.
When you take pictures, they bring out the best in me.
Can you please not say something like that? It almost makes me forget how much I missed having you with me. I'm going to get some more food. Do you want some?
I could just eat you up, Annie.
Bumsuk grins conspiratorially at Rim. Rim looks startled and hurries over to the cashier. Bumsuk looks after her with an expression of longing. With a little sigh, she opens her bag and pulls out a pile of fan mail. She leaves through it smiling. Then, abruptly, she pauses. her smile choking as she sees an other sticker on one letter. She drops the others and hurries to open it. She skims the letter once, twice, and then pulls out her phone to look for a translator app.
Is something wrong?
Please read it and translate it.
What is it?
Mr. Otter, the letter must be from Philip.
Maybe you should focus more on your English? Then you'd be able to read this yourself by now. I didn't know you carried your talisman around. Isn't it your bookmark anymore?
Of course it's my bookmark. Why is it here?
Did it fall out of the envelope?
But... wait a second.
Hello, Philip.
Hello, Matteo.
How are you?
Philip relaxes and returns the smile. His smile conveys real warmth.
I'm alright. All things considered. I'm doing the best I can.
Matteo smiles warmly and he nods in relief. It seems like he wants to be on his way.
How are you?
How am I? I suppose life goes on.
That's the way things go. But how are you feeling?
Matteo looks down at the ground with a lifeless expression in his eyes and shrugs. Philip's hand, still on Matteo's shoulder, keeps hold of him and pulls him close. He hugs Matteo, the same way the young man had hugged him all that time ago after the accident.
It's okay not to know. If you allow it, I'll be there for you now. Help you get back on your feet.
Matteo returns the hug and Philip holds him close, wanting to protect him from the dangers of the world.
How fortunate that you caught yourself on the phone when it happened the first time. Even though it made you despair and you never did it again after that, it was still important.
Rim looks at the cell phone and then at Bumsuk. She glances over a third person sitting at their table.
Thank you for helping us communicate.
That's what babysitters are for.
You're not.
Not anymore, and yet here I am. I'll do my best to support you with the German language.
Hello?
Hello, I'm Bumsuk. I'm here with some others to help translate.
Bumsuk? Bumsuk, are you alright? What about the band members? Do you know what's going on? Why... Sorry. One question at a time. How are you?
Listening to his words, she tilts her head thoughtfully, but as soon as Philip has finished, she's fully in the moment.
Hello, this is a friend speaking. I'm helping her with the translation.
Of course.
I'm fine. You?
I'm fine too. Because now I know you're fine.
Have you always been this loving?
You just met me at the lowest point of my life. With a little more light in my life, I am also more loving.
I miss you.
I miss you too.
Did you somehow fix the problems?
What problem? Who's speaking?
It's Rim. And I mean, both of your problems.
Hi. Please give my regards to the others and... Wait, what? I didn't do anything. Didn't you do that? Danby and you?
No. But we suspect that the talisman you sent Boomsook has something to do with it. Where did you get it?
My sister gave it to me for my birthday. A lucky charm for blessed life.
Rim looks at Bumsuk.
Nore,
We think it was your two talismans. Boomsuk has the same one.
The driver looks back and forth between the two women, confused. He has no idea what they are talking about exactly. Never would he have imagined something this extraordinary. Rim waves him off as she sees his inquisitive look.
Great. I can't very well ask her about that.
It's alright. If she gave us this gift, I'm grateful to Nore about it.
Boomsuk grins knowingly.
Philip sits by the open window, Mr. Otter on his lap. He looks out the window at the beautiful weather.
Me too. Thank you for calling.
I will always remember you.
You will always be my heart. I'm so infinitely grateful too. For you. For the band members. And everything you did for me.
Contact to make, no help to be sent, as I'll be laying by your side. I see how you feel through the darkness. You can't hear me through night stars. When I look into the sky, I see your eyes, "'Cause you're my guiding light, oh darling. When life gets tough, I won't give up. Life is like this. Take your time and realize. Keep pushing and don't give up.
Emily pulls her brother Philip along with her and tries to catch up at a look of the group Moxori. They manage to reach a spot where the group is only a few feet away from them. Philip looks at their faces. He looks at them all, one by one. For a split second, his gaze and Bumsuk's meet. It is short. It might as well not have been true, but there was maybe a flash of something in their eyes. Emily screams with joy and happiness. She looks at her brother. Finally, she can be so close to Moxori, and finally, she can see Philip happy again.
Careful with the running. Here's the outfit.
What did you do?
Took care of a little surprise. I'm going out for a moment. Red still looks best on me, doesn't it?
Manager Na waits backstage at the edge of the cordoned off area. There are two figures waiting with her. Upon seeing Pomsuk, they beam. Philip and Emily.
Oh wow. These are the people you love so much, Emily.
Pomsuk realizes that Philip has trouble explaining the situation and loosens the hug. She looks at Emily. She smiles politely at her. Emily mutely implores Pomsuk to keep her silence. Tambi, just noticing Pomsuk's absence, joins them and looks at Philip. Pomsuk turns her attention to Emily and silently apologizes for nearly forgetting. Emily smiles lovingly at her, assuring her that everything is all right. Then she steps towards her.
My name is Amelie. It's so nice to meet you all.
She stretches out her hand and Pomsuk smiles gratefully at her. They share a conspirational look, full of love for Philip. Tambi stands in front of Philip and looks at him pensively. Then Philip's facial expression changes to the one he wore most often when interacting with Tambi.
Hello. Let me introduce you to my little sister.
Philip?
Mm-hmm.
The other band members come around the corner. Pomsuk gives Emily a startled look and shrugs. Emily quickly takes out her phone and pretends to take a call. Pomsuk nods encouragingly and turns to meet the band members.
Philip Yale. No way.
The band members' faces light up and they all approach him, wearing their emotions in their expressions. So Young and Chae-Hwa are happy. Min-Yu has overcome her fear and turned it into curiosity. Rim stares at the differences between Pomsuk and Philip with fascination. Pomsuk pets Philip's body and marvels at its muscles. They all overcome the language barrier easily and show each other the affection they have developed for one another over the past few weeks. Emily stands a bit apart and takes a picture of them all. There's a smile on her lips. As she looks up from her phone, her eyes focus on her brother. The person she's most grateful for in her life.